Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So today guys, we are continuing with, well, it is Dylan's car. Dylan is the one that's bought the car. It's his first car, and he's been watching me do the repairs on the channel with the videos, and that's what it's all about for me. You know, that's what I want. I want the new owners and I want the people to see exactly what goes in, what I'm doing and what's been done. So yeah, it's Dylan's car. I'm going to try and get it done, most of it done today. I don't know about an MOT today, but we should be able to get it done tomorrow. And then he wants to pick it up Saturday morning on this one, so he can take it away, get his insurance done for provisional. He is close to passing his test, but he wants to get a car so he can drive around in it on his provisional with his dad. Yeah, get some experience in the car that he's actually going to drive once he passes his test. So yeah, that's good. I think that's a great idea for him to do that. So let's get cracking with Dylan's car. Let's do this. Right, okay, so guys, how we left this last week on Friday was that we'd done the door, we'd done the wing, and then I put this space saver wheel, you know, in place so I can move the car around just for the moment. And that actually needs some air put in that tyre. So I'm going to put some air in that tyre and then put it back into the boot, because I have got the wheel sorted now. The alloy wheel is over here. So yeah, there we go. I managed to get an exact match. You can see the little bit of a buckle there on the original one. So yeah, and it's obviously just kinked it and cracked it, so it's just scrap. It's no good. It's gonna go on my pile of alloy wheel scrap pile that I've got over here. So that's gonna go on there because that's just rubbish and scrap. I have got another pile here that I need to get the actual tyres off the wheels. There's a few down there, look. Oh, they're just all smashed, cracked and rubbish. So as I sort of, you know, go to the tyre shop, I take one with me, and they whip it off for me whilst they're doing other bits and pieces that I need doing. So yeah, that pile should get bigger, that pile should get smaller, hopefully one day. And I've got the fire going. You can see I've got the fire going, guys. It's nice and toasty. It's just a little bit cold in here this morning, so I thought, you know what? Let's fire up the fire, get it loaded up, and then get us a bit of heat in the workshop whilst we're working on Dylan's car. So yeah, that wheel actually I will put, because that's the original tyre off the original alloy, and the tyres guy checked it all over. They've had a look at it. He said absolutely spot on. He said it's lovely tyres, like brand new. I said, well, there you go. I said there's no point spending money on another tyre if it's in great condition. And he said it is in great condition. Checked it, balanced it. There's no buckle in the alloy. There's nothing. But I will put this on the back. So I'll swap it for a rear one, just in case, you know what I mean? It's just you never know. So I thought, you know, let's just swap one of the rear ones, put it on the front, and then we'll just put that one on the back. So yeah, we've got a wheel arch to go in as well. We've got to check the timing belt. Got to take the timing belt cover off to check the timing belt state of that. Obviously got some cleaning to do. Seats are coming out. I want to go all over the car. Check the rear drums as well. Make sure they're all good. Just check it all ready for the MOT tomorrow. Because I won't get it through. I'm not going to get it through today. The MOT. I don't think I will anyway. So yeah, still got loads of bits and pieces to do on Dylan's car today. So let's set up, let's get cracking, let's do this. Right, okay, so guys, that is that side done for the moment when it comes to the wheels. I've still got to clean this area as well, just to make sure that it's all nice and tidy. Probably run the buffer over it as well, just to check all that sort of stuff. Get some scratches out, but nothing too major. You know, it's not a new car, is it? And I think Dylan, he appreciates that it's his first car, but he's still got to be. I'm just trying to get it as best I can for him. So yeah, to start off with, you know. But yeah, I swapped the wheels over, so now that's on the back and that one's on the front, so that's good. But also, what I've done is I've undone the timing belt top cover, just to see what the belt condition's like. I'm just going to try and get you in there so you can see the markings on the belt. They're wearing, you can see it, look. So probably that is probably original timing belt on there. I'm going to speak to Dylan, see what he wants me to do, because yeah, at the end of the day, it's all about cost at the minute, because you know, I've kind of told him a price for the car, but that's kind of extra because it's personal preference, really. Sometimes there's enough money in the car to do it, but this one, because I gave it to him so cheap, this Fiesta, there really ain't enough money to do that. So I'm going to speak to Dylan, and well, I think his dad as well. I think his dad's coming over to do his battery for his car. So I'll speak to his dad and then let him know, yeah, exactly what, you know, just tell him the situation and say, you know, what they want me to do, really. So I'll come back to you in a bit, and I'll let you know what Dylan has decided to do with yeah, with this one. So bear with me, guys. I'll see you in a bit. Right, okay, so guys, I don't know if you've guessed already, but yeah, so he said just do the timing belt and the water pump. Just get it done, and then there's nothing to actually worry about, and that need to get sorted out. So, yeah, and you can see I have removed the intake from the front of the engine. Now, the reason why I've done that is to basically get to there, which is the starter motor, and I need to put a locking tool into that, this locking tool here, this one here, that goes on the actual flywheel and locks the actual engine in place. I always do that. You don't necessarily have to do it, but it's an extra precaution in case the bottom end moves. Because the top end, you take the cam cover off, which we'll be doing in a minute, and then there's a plate that goes on the back once you've got that it top dead center, TDC. So yeah, so that's locked at the top with on the cams with another plate. And I always like to do it in where the starter motor sits for the crank, lower flywheel. Plus you've got a pin on the back of the engine as well. And it just, you know, I just think that to be able to get into where that starter motor is from underneath is an absolute pain. You can't see nothing. You don't know what's going on. And I just think, look, it took me under an hour to get that intake out. A few bolts. I had to loosen off the alternator as well. But yeah, it's so much, it's so worth it, because now look how much space I've got here to work in. It's just, it's there. Do you know what I mean? It's so much quicker, it's so much easier to do it whilst it's like this. So that's what we're doing. We're doing the timing belt. I have dropped the coolant already. That's starting to go down at the bottom. So yeah, we're going to carry on now. We're going to get this cam cover off, get that off. We're going to start supporting underneath the engine, taking the engine mount off, taking the side cover off, just start stripping it all down, stripping it all off, get into that timing belt, and then we're going to lock it up in top dead center. So cylinder one, the actual cylinder, the piston has to be as high at the high point as you can, and then you've got to try and put the plate in the back. If it won't go in the back, there's no chance it going in the back. You've got to spin the engine over again, so that the piston goes down, then goes back up, and then once it gets to the up point, try and put the plate on. It should go in if it doesn't go the first time. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So I'll set you back up. Let's keep going on Dylan's car. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, let me show you what has been going on. So, as you can see, we are completely stripped down. Definitely not the original belt on this one, but definitely the original water pump, which is crazy. I don't understand why, you know, you wouldn't change the water pump if you're going to do the timing belt. Just crazy, really. But yeah, it's it's all good. Can't really see anything that's really tight. That lower pulley, so that's gonna have to come off and have a little sort out what's going on there. Yeah, that's tight. That shouldn't be that tight like that. That should be spinning, really. Don't know. Anyway, we're going to put a new water pump in place, and we're going to be doing a timing belt, all new, Dayco. You know I love the Dayco, guys. Dayco auxiliary belt as well. Got a new one of them. So we have got, I know this is, I've got to be honest, this is more expensive, this Dayco, than the Gates, which is the original, this is not original belt, this is the belt that come off. And you can see it says Gates right there, Gates. So yeah, that's it's not the original, like I said, it's a belt. Someone's changed it in the, you know, whatever, but it is worn. Look, I'll show you. So it's hard to show it like this, but you can see it's starting to wear through. Don't know. These are cheap, these belts, I've got to be honest. These Gates, that's why I don't use them. They're just cheap. It's just compared to a Dayco, you can't really, you know, I've never ever had a Dayco go wrong. And people will probably say that about Gates. People will probably say, well, I've never had a Gates go wrong. So, but how long do they last? Don't know. But anyway, yeah, this is the original water pump. I know it's original because it says form code there. So definitely original, and you can see it's starting to leak through as well there and there. So yeah, definitely worth changing it. Why would you change a belt and not change the water pump? That's crazy to me. I don't know. Anyway, let's swap it over. This is the tensioner, which we're not going to obviously use. We're going to use our own new tensioner. Comes in the kit, so that's going to be thrown. Yeah, not too bad. It's going really well. But the amount of space that you can see here, look, this is, well, I've not really got in it and showed you guys before, but this is what I lock. You can see here, there's a plate, and then there's a bolt there that goes through and locks the actual flywheel in place. There you go. You can just see it. Let's see it there. So it's locking the flywheel with the bar. I'm trying to get this torch around so you can see better. But it's in there, look, and it's locked. It's never going to move. Once you do that, where the starter motor sits, once you do that, and you pin the back, and you've plated the top for the cams, here, those two are locked. It's never going to move. That's it. It's completely locked up, top and bottom. And then you can zip out the actual lower crank bolt and pull the pulley off, yeah. So, let's get on with the water pump. Let's get that in place. Clean it all up in there. Put the new timing belt on. Then put the tensioner. And then just basically just do the reverse of what we just did. But, yeah, put the new belt and water pump in place. So let's crack on. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, let me show you what has been going on. So, as you can see, we've got new water pump and new timing belt, Daco, in place. And I've put the lower... I actually done that twice, that belt. I put the belt on, and then the bottom pulley is like, it's not, there's no keyway to it. So it's like, it just spins freely, that holds the timing belt in place. Now that was seized a little bit solid, not proper seat, but it just wasn't. What you're supposed to do with that pulley is you're supposed to spin it, and it's supposed to sort of just spin freely, but it wasn't. It was kind of, and I've had it before with these, and basically what happens is inside it gets a little bit corroded and a little bit rusty, and then they just lock solid to the actual crank at the bottom. Which is what we don't want. We want that free. So I had to take it back off, take off the pulley, just line it, get it back off, then get a little bit of sandpaper in the middle of it, the bore, and then now it's absolutely lovely. It spins nice and freely. That's what we want. So, yeah, and then put the belt on, and I'm just starting to take things apart now. So the bottom pin is out, the top plate is out, the actual... flywheel connection plate, that's out as well, so that's done. Top plate, that just pulls out like that, which it's supposed to. It shouldn't be really tight, so you can't sort of pull that out. So let me just go around this. So yeah, it just pulls out like this, you know what I mean, and then you can put it back in nice and easy as well. So doing that, I know that hasn't moved. It's solid, it's locked, and it's in place, because I have now got the tension on the belt as well. And what you do by doing that is you hold the tension to the right with the pulley at the bottom, then pull the pin, which gives the tension to the left, and then that way it's all stayed as it is, lined up, timed, nothing's moved. So yeah, good progress so far. But unfortunately, guys, we've run out of time today, so there's going to be another video. Part 2 is going to be on this tomorrow, where we're going to box it all back up, put it all back together, and then turn that key, make sure it runs and drives properly as it should. But yeah, I've really got no no concerns whatsoever that this ain't going to go, because everything seems to sort of just click along, line up, top and bottom, done. So yeah, another one is sorted. Right, okay, that's it, guys. That's the end of today's video. And yeah, we're going to continue with this one tomorrow, and hopefully get the seats done as well. Just do whatever we can. MOT in the afternoon. Well, let's just see what happens tomorrow. But I'm going to try and get it, pushed along as much as we can. I want to get that Focus in on Wednesday if we can as well. Plus, obviously, the Focus. Well, I've got two Focus. The black Focus and the Focus ST as well. Want to get that back in the workshop this week at some point. But for today, that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Drop me a comment below, guys. And I'll see you tomorrow on the next one. Take care. See you soon.